Alright then, welcome everybody to a morning stream. Feels weird, feels wrong, but here we are. Let's get into it. Gonna be playing some Burglar today. I've actually been having a bit of fun with Burglar. I sort of had this weird inkling that I was like, I should play Burglar, and I played it for like an hour or two last night, just after the stream, while I was sorting out all my gear, all my crafting items, and I played it for a little bit, and I was like, I really have been enjoying this, and I think I talked about it during the stream as well. So here I am, playing some Burglar. And yeah, I think it's been really fun. I don't know why I stopped playing it, honestly. I'm kind of glad. I am a dwarf. Dwarf was actually the best choice for Burglar. Well, technically Stout Axe is the best choice, which is what we are, because we get a extra. It's not much, but we get an extra 1% dagger damage, and that makes us more powerful than a Hobbit, for example, which only gets to 5%, whereas we get 6% from that extra 1%. It's not much, ultimately, but hey, more damage is more damage. So yeah. And there's also the kind of cool thing of Stout Axe has this passive, I guess, which allows them to use an axe, where normally you can't, as a Burglar, use an axe, whereas you can if you are Stout Axe. So we actually got the Axe of Harrod, which is a nice little item. I was actually after the dagger, ideally.
How can I be of service?
But we also get the extra 5% one-handed axe damage, so we're actually still the same damage as a normal dagger. It is still better to go with the axe, though. With the dagger, sorry. Can I go to Rivendell? Not Rivendell. I need to go to Moria, because that's where we are. And we'll see how it goes. I'd like to get through Moria. We're going to be on for like 5 hours, I think. Because, yeah. No, 4 hours, I think. How long have I been awake? About 2 hours. Maybe an hour and a half or so. I want to get back into a day routine. So, yeah. Kind of forcing myself to be up a bit earlier. That one shot, though. Look at that. Yeah, my idea is if I can be up at 1 or at like 7, ideally, right? Or no, my idea is if I can be up for 8, right? If I can wake up at 8, and then wake up at 8, then I can just sort of chill for an hour, get ready or whatever, then stream until like either whenever I kind of feel like it, or just until like 1 o'clock-ish. That then gives me an hour to make sure that I'm ready for work, and then leave for work, and then I still get some stream time in. Even if it's not like a full 6 hours, we at least get something in and make some progress. Because I think I said this last night, but I feel like if I had a character at the moment, I feel like if I say I'm gonna have a I'm gonna make this Burglar, for example, my off-stream character, and I'm only gonna play him off-stream. More than likely, what that means is I'm not gonna play him, because I'm more than likely not going to, you know, a lot of the time I end up, the time that I'm playing is the time I'm streaming, so yeah. But what I did with this character real quickly this morning is I actually just went and did like some deeds. This morning I went and like after the stream last night, I should say. I just finished off Eredluin because I realized I was like halfway through that. So that was pretty easy. Where am I? I'm in Moria. Also, the servers go down today instead of Wednesday for some reason, but... What do you mean, how am I in Moria? What do you mean? Oh no, I've had this character for ages. Like, that's why I've got all the little Skiliath gear. Well, near enough. I'm missing the legs and the boots, but... yeah, we've had this character for ages. I just saying I didn't play him for ages, and then I just, like... I talked about it last night on stream, about how I kind of wanted to get back into Burglar. So I went on Burglar, did a couple of school instances to see how those would go, and then I finished off. I noticed that I was kind of struggling a little bit with some stats. I also noticed that my legendary item wasn't sorted. So I did some virtues, sorted out my legendaries a bit, and then, yeah. You should know I've had this one for a while, because this is the one I stalked you in the Old Forest on at some point. But the discussion I had was kind of like, I would like to have more, I like to have more, I guess, diversity in the roles I can have. Like, I want to get a healer, you know. I'm gonna get myself my mini leveled up to 140 eventually. Get him as a healer. This is more, I guess, technically DPS, but also I think crowd control and stuff. So burglars are quite wanted. So if I want to do like some like late instance stuff, then this is a good character to have for that. And just having more. Oh yeah, then what else did I say? Like, what was the other one? Healing and what was the other class that I was talking about? Tanking, I think. Would probably be Guardian is what I'd probably go for. But the idea of just having more characters that I can do stuff with, you know.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves. The time
I
has come to
mean,
drive forth the orcs
technically
from our
you've
kingdom.
missed an expansion.
We have seen no
I think you were there
doom
for some of
in
it, but
Spain. Beware if you journey into Moria.
I actually
If we
really
are to
like
find Mithra in Khazad-dûm,
like
we will
Gundabad.
first have to deal with the orcs.
I've been really enjoying it. The only problem is right now that I don't want to progress past Tavelad, who's 137, and Palpatine last night got to 137. So yeah, I really don't want to like progress past him. I don't want any other character but Tavelad to be my first 140. I want my 140 to be Tavelad, and then Palpatine, and then probably Renaborn is the way it's going to go. And then I can honestly see this character being my... No, probably Mini after that, because Mini's already 121. I could see this character being like my 5th max level.
May Durin return soon to his
It'll be a
home.
while from now, but I can
We have
certainly
little
see it
time to
happening.
speak.
Ooh, I get a goat.
Great events have been set in motion.
Yeah, because Afka is 121 at the moment, which means I can basically get some very simple... if I can do school, I can get some very, very, very simple like virtues, legendary weapons set up, and then I don't have to worry about upgrading at 131. I can just sort of see how it goes. Because all the things are the same, it's just the levels are slightly different. Why am I even here? I'm supposed to be talking to Bosi.
It is said that
I guess I
Durin's
wanted to
bane
go,
dwells here, though we have
still.
not seen it.
But we'll see how much progress we can make. The problem is I'm not going to have any good gear for a while. Actually, this might be better. More agility. And more damage. Less health. More health? How do I have... max morale. Ooh. And my physical mastery should go up, right? Oh yeah, that's just an upgrade then. Happy days. Do you need to log on Palps first? For what? There's no specific character I think you have to worry about at the moment. He hasn't got anything like waiting for him or anything. But it might be best, if you are going to log on, it might be best out of him and Lindrow to log on to him. Because then you aren't like jumping into a new expansion and maybe being a bit rusty. Which would be a bit of a concern, I guess. I mean, yeah, if you want to go for it. Not that you have to, but technically the story wants you to you've got to do the first four books of Elder Slade, like War of Three Peaks, before you do that, if you want to understand the story. However, if not, you can skip to book 5. Which actually, I think... Wait, no, did they add that this week or last week? I can't remember. I remember there being something... I think it might have been last week they added that. Before you had to do the first 4 books, I think... before that, now you can just do it without. Let me see. I think it's 30.1. Yeah, it's still recommended that you play Legacy during chapters 1 through 4, but is no longer required. So yeah. So it'll probably be beneficial for you, but you don't have to. I mean, it's ultimately up to you. Depends if you want to know story or too much. I guess. Right, this one is Will. That's really annoying. I was really hoping for a dagger. It would have been so much more damage. Well, not so much more damage, but enough. Yeah, well. Fair play. I guess if there's anything you're confused about, I could very easily explain it to you, to be honest. All you've got to do is you do have to go to the War of Three Peaks, and then you have to use the banner that's at the back behind Durin. And then, yeah. Did a new Sauron appear? You mean as in, like, bad guy? Is that what you mean? Oh. There's, if you complete the Blood of Azog, which is... like stuff in the past, which is a middle, it's in between War of Three Peaks and Gundabad in terms of expansion. It's all 130 quests. You get a guise of a dwarf. I can't remember his name. Hermaith Stormhammer, I think. And there is another one as well, but you have to trade for it and get a load of like items to trade for it. You have to collect a load of rocks, basically. Yeah, there's at least 2 guises. Well, one with the expansion, that is. Also, just to check, Ghost, which version of Gundabad did you buy?
You have done well,
Do you
friend.
remember? Oh, I didn't have a pocket item.
Histories
Just
of
found that
Moria
out.
will aid us if you can find them.
Stand and speak with me. The fate of Khazad-dûm hangs in the balance.
The most expensive? Well, good news for you. Today, or after today, I guess, you get a new, another Valor. Have a free Valor. Why not? Because, you know, there was the whole, like, upgrade thing, so you could go Collector's Edition and then upgrade to the Ultimate Edition. There was a bug where people could buy the Collector's Edition and get the Valor, and then upgrade to the Ultimate Edition and get another Valor. And because of that, they've gone, alright, everybody that bought the Ultimate can just have another Valor from, like, have the same stuff you'd get from the Collector's Edition. So you get another 130 Valor. So yeah, you get another 130 Valor, and then you also get some delving supplies as well, which means at least the stuff that I accidentally deleted, I do get a downgraded version, but I have put in a ticket for it. So hopefully that gets resolved relatively soon. Still estimated time 1 day. But I guess we'll see. No, I put in a new one on here. So I guess we'll see how that goes. Pimp Kush, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. I just completely jumped over that. But yeah, guess what? What up? Okay. It's because I'm not on my... because I'm on the ball. I keep forgetting that I'm running past. But what? I can say first, this is totally unrelated. Was I saying something? I don't think I was saying something. Or at least I wasn't planning on it. So, you can say. I think all I said was... I was going over running. Dwarf Berg reminds me of Dwarf Rogue in WoW, seems weird. Technically, I'm a stout axe, not a base dwarf, but yeah. I have this really weird thing against hobbits. I just don't like them, and stout axe can be a burglar and has a few benefits over hobbit, so... Oh, nice. I was planning on getting, like, a smartwatch recently. Kind of had just a want for a watch, and I was like, if I'm going to buy a watch, I might as well get, like, a nice one. Like a smartwatch, I think. But yeah, because Stout Axe just gets the ability to use axes and also gets 1% extra dagger damage, which isn't much in the grand scheme of things, but damage is damage at the end of the day. So, that's at least something. I had to get a new phone though. Don't know what to get. I've had mine for like 3 years now. Depending on how long a break you've had, you might have had a move from like developers, because it's been from like Codemasters to Turbine to Standing Stone Games. So if you I think it's like account.standingstonegames.com. If you try logging into that, it might be more helpful in the launcher. But the phone I have is a OnePlus 6T. So that released... I don't even know when that released. Release date. I bought it day of release. Yeah, November 6th, 2018. Tried Ali made a ticket. Well, hopefully they get back to you soonish then. OnePlus is a different brand. I mean, technically it's now under Oppo, but at the time, I think it was its own thing. But yeah. I like it. It just freezes up occasionally for like a couple seconds when I'm typing. So you know when I like messaged you the other day, for example, and it just sent that like really big sticker for like no reason? That was what that was. It was just, I was like, I clicked on the like, you know, bar to type, and then it just brought that up, and then clicked it. It was weird. Yeah, it's just got some weird quirks like that. Yeah. I mean, it was great. It still is great, all things considered. Like, 99% of the time. Like, I don't do much typing on my phone. A majority of the typing issues is, like, I'll type out what I'm trying to type, and then it will freeze midway through, like, a word. And then it will just, like, catch up. So it will, like, type out what I typed, but it just, like, does it all in, like, a second. Which I guess is fine. It's not ideal, but, like, yeah, whatever. I was thinking for my next phone, I was possibly toying with the idea of going for a Pixel. Possibly. I went with iPhone for so many years. I don't know. I have so many iPhones. Like, too many for one person to own. But yeah. I kind of like the look of the Pixel 6. And I think the 6A is coming out soon. I don't need the extra stuff, so maybe that could be a choice. But yeah, this is my only ever Android phone, technically. So, that I've owned. What, OnePlus or Pixel? I mean, Pixel is Google, so you've probably heard of them. At least I'd hope. The Pixel is the name of the phone, but the brand is Google, so it's Google Pixel. Yeah, they seem quite nice. Ultimately, like OnePlus is. It's been interesting because, like, when I was in college, one of my teachers actually had the original OnePlus One, and that was, if I remember correctly, that was invite only. Like, you had to like be invited to purchase it.
These halls will be great once
So,
more.
that was kind of an interesting thing. So he had it and he was showing it off, and I kind of like didn't think much of it, I guess. I was like, oh, that's cool. You got like invited. You're like, you know, you're special kind of thing. And then, yeah, then a couple years later, like what ended up happening, the story of my phones, right? This is the story of my phones. I had like a Nokia 3310. And then I can't remember what, a phone after that. Then I had an LG Chocolate. My LG Chocolate then got, like, died from, like, water damage. I can't remember how, I just remember it, like, got, like, I think dropped in water. I can't remember the entire story. Then I went to an iPhone 3. Then I had an iPhone 4. Then I got an iPhone 6. And then I was very drunk one night, about 3 years ago. And I smashed my my iPhone 6. Still worked. I think still worked. Actually, no, it's dead now. But yeah, smashed my iPhone 6. Which was not great. kind of lived with that for a little bit, then had an S6, I think, like briefly as an intermediary phone. But it, I think, had a broken screen, but obviously not as smashed as my screen. And then I ended up going to buy this phone, and I bought it day of release, and I think it came from, funnily enough, I think it got delivered from Norway. If Norway is where I think it is, right, and that sounds really dumb to say, right, but like, I remember looking at it on map, yeah, it got delivered from Norway. Which is kind of cool, I guess. It's less that I don't know where Norway is. It's more the fact that, like, right. So Norway is like the same area, right? The same direction as like Sweden and Finland, right? I can only remember on the map where it came from, and I couldn't remember if Norway was on the left or Sweden was on the left. Not gonna lie, I'm bad at geography. So I was trying in my head to think where, like, which part of that, I guess, island bit, right, it came from. Like, if it was in the middle or if it was on the left or what have you. That's my explanation for that. Just saying. I know where physically Norway is. I just couldn't remember which part of... I'm saying island. Like, obviously it's just like Europe, but it's like... This doesn't show anything, does it? This doesn't show my house. Right, okay. So, this right here. My point is, I'm counting this as like an island, right? It's obviously connected here, but I could conceivably call this an island, right? And I couldn't remember if it was from this bit that I got it delivered or this bit that I got it delivered, because I know it was shipped. So it could have been like from here, for all I knew, right? Or it could have even been from Denmark, but I know it was from Norway. There we go. I rest my case. Why am I stealthed? Also on top of that, I am absolutely... I've got hiccups. I am absolutely abysmal at geography as well. Not gonna lie. So I would also happily use that as my reason. I mean, I don't know how true this is, but I've always been told, like, maps, like, the countries on maps are not, like, the right size, right? So that could also change perspective. It's like, I think Russia is supposed to be bigger on a map than it technically is. In, like, real life. Alright, how am I getting to where I need to go? Yay. This your new phone? Or is that like not here yet? Yeah. Right. I'm actually planning on getting like a second phone. In a really weird way. Because my plan is... I have my phone. It's just like, obviously, my personal phone. And then my plan is to just make... I have an old iPhone 8 or 8... No, I've got like a... I have too many iPhones, like I said. I've got a 6, which is my old smashed one. I've got like a... I think I've got a 7, an 8, and a 7 Plus as well. Just sort of in my drawers. Actually, I think I have another 7 plus. I could be wrong. But nonetheless, I was planning on using like probably the 7. I was thinking because it's like smaller and in better condition. It's just like a work phone that I can just then like have off, because there's some stuff that I'm doing at work recently that involves me kind of taking over some booking stuff. Basically, for the laser tag, I hate the booking situation and I want to do something about it. And because I had like 7 groups in there on Saturday, which is why I lost my voice. And then I had, I think, 2 in there on Sunday. And the first group in there loved it. They were enjoying it so much, which was great to see. I love it when that happens, obviously. But they did have one complaint, and that was about the fact that it is a real pain to book it. Because they rang up the contact center for the company, who then said, sorry, we can't do anything, you have to physically go and book it. And then when they get into center, our policy is you have to book 24 hours in advance. So it's then like just a really awkward, like one thing after another. So my plan is to just have like an email that you can just book through. Ideally. And the idea is like, I've got the email all set up already. And then like, I'm in at least 5 days a week. So I can be there for that. And then I can sort those out. And then on days that I'm not, then yeah, I can just transfer that over. I mean, I'm trying to spearhead it because ultimately it's my department. So I need to like, if I'm not going to do it, nobody else is, sort of thing. All right. If I'm not going to put in the effort, nobody else is going to try and do it, I guess is sort of at least my point of view. So yeah, I mean, I've already got the email, and I think I own the company. I own the business on Google Maps. So that's fun. I got an email for a notification from Google being like, hey, you should review some of your reviews, or reply to some of your reviews. And the last one was from like 2 years ago, because it's like, it's separate but not separate, so it's weird, so nobody ever gets to like see it. But we're hiring like 8 people, I think, in total. We've hired 3 now, and I think we're hiring like 4 or 5 more. And I'm going to make them all trained up on it. So that we can just, any day, basically. The plan is any day you can just come in and just do it. I mean, I'm not like an official owner. It's just I own the business on Google. So I can like edit times and information and stuff. Which is useful, obviously.
Except, oh, now wait a moment. This record tells of a mighty axe, Ziegelberg.
But yeah,
forged at the
it's like the
heart of fire.
domain name that I want. Yes, it costs money, but it's like £3 a year, which is like
would have loved to have seen
nothing.
this place.
So that's like, well, yeah, nothing, essentially, considering how much it could pull in. I think I worked out that I could, I think with a plan I made, in ideal conditions, if we did like, my idea is I want to get everybody, like as many people in every hour, right? So at like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, just have up to 20 people, maybe more as time goes on, up to like 20 people who can just go in and play. If I could do that on the weekends, I could make, I think, about £75,000 a year just from the weekends. So that's decent. Not me personally. I wouldn't make 75,000, but that department would. Sorry, I thought I noticed something. Which then leads into more money being able to go back into it, and more people being able to be dedicated to it. Yeah. I mean, I do get an increase in pay in April, so let's see how that goes. I think I make, in April, I make more than my sister does, and she's a manager where she works. So that's going to be fun. She wasn't very happy when she found that out. Hey, you can get an infused garnet from here. I wonder if that works for that quest. Huh, I guess we'll see. But yeah. I have a lot of plans, which is good. It's good to have multiple plans, because then I'm not sat around going like, oh, there's nothing I can improve. There's nothing I can do better. I mean, it feels like it. When that pipe burst in it, there was all a discussion from... I was off shift. I was actually streaming at the time that we found out. And I'm told that there was a sort of a discussion by everybody that was working on who was the unlucky soul that had to tell me that the thing I just reopened was going to have to shut. Which I find kind of funny, ultimately. Nobody wanted to be the one to tell me. I mean, fair enough. I was actually thinking, like, honestly, as bad as it sounds, I do need to go in, like, early one day and just, like, do a bunch of work in there. Because, like, I never get a chance on my shifts and it just needs to get done. And I can't be, like, you know, super like, picky about it. I was kind of tempted to go in today, but at the same time I was like, nah, I'm gonna stream. So nearly happened.
Come and stay a moment, friend. Greetings, traveler.
Infused garnet.
Stay a moment.
Oh, I have to go to these places,
Come and
right?
stay a moment, friend. I would be grateful for your assistance.
Yeah. Because, yeah, these give, like, incomparable, you know, for example, and whatever. Like, something I've been doing is I've been going and doing school, right? School at 50, level 50. And I've actually gotten pretty good at this.
The school at Thom Myrdine was once a pinnacle of learning during the age of the Noldor.
Because the only thing I'm having issues with is the final boss, which is to be expected. This is a 3-man instance still. I'm only doing a couple levels above. But I feel like Burglar doesn't feel like it should be this strong. You know? Burglar feels like I should only be able to attack one enemy at a time, which I guess kind of is a thing, right? I get double damage if I attack from stealth at the moment, which is a really cool trait thing to have. Plus, it, like, if I get a crit or something, that's like tons of damage, right? I wonder how that calculates. I assume the 100% is after the fact, but I guess we'll see how we go first, but we'll see if we need help. But Burglar just feels quite fun. You know, I've been having a lot of fun with Burglar. Again, I don't know why I kind of like stopped playing Burglar. I like being able to just sneak behind enemies and just... Just do this. And try not have coughing bits. There we are. Yeah, I get some stuff here. The only problem is I have maxed out my things at the moment, so I have no more space, unfortunately. Which I guess is fine, right? I'm still getting experience from these, and I'm not too fussed about, like, being on level or whatever, you know. So it's not a huge deal. I might still get knocked out or dead here, but we'll see how I feel. I should kill that other guy, because then I'll get more thingies. Right? I think what it might have been is the whole level 50 thing. I think I stopped at level 50. Ah, no, I remember because it was Moria. I was like, I'll go get my legendary weapons, but I'm not going to go through Moria because I felt really burnt out with Moria. So it's been a while now. And I think Gundabad has put me in a good Moria mood because I've said this before and I've said it multiple times at this point, but it definitely feels... Gundabad feels like Moria 2.0 or like Moria enhanced almost, like just for the better. It feels like what they wanted Moria to be, but couldn't quite get it there. I don't know if that makes too much sense, but it's just like stepped up a notch. Hey, you see? And we get some jewelry, which I can't use. Some shoulders, which are not as good as what I have. And a teal, which gets deconstructed. So 100 ancient script, which means at the end of this, right? 100 ancient script, that means every 3 runs or whatever, we can actually go and do just, you know, content. Or like, rather, what I meant to say rather than content is every 3 runs of this, we can afford another rare tracery. If we don't get them from here, that is. It's actually not something I've looked into. I can't remember what remaining ones I need. I need to look into it so that I can not throw the ones I'm going to need. Hopefully. Have I gotten used to the new legendaries yet? I think so. I quite enjoy them. Especially for Gundabad. You don't actually have to, like, upgrade, right? Because the tiers, like, the max tier you can get is 499. Or the max level you can get is 499 with the old stuff. And with the new stuff, you can also get 489. So, for example, Palpatine has all teals, but the 121 stuff. But I can just upgrade that to higher levels, and they'll be as good as the teals from the new set. So, that's pretty fun. Palp says hi and don't ignore him. I would never ignore Palpatine. Never, ever. Right, where am I going? I guess Chamber of the Crossroads.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
I think it'll take about that long to get him over it, right? So... keeps licking your neck. I had a cat sleeping on my neck last night. Is that relatable? In a way. I have so many of these enhancement runes. I can't use them for anything though. It's so sad. I guess I could level up all of these, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, once I have 6 of these, I can just like level up everything. I was on my phone, laying in my bed, and they're on, like, my neck / shoulder, and they kept, like, stretching their paw out and pushing my phone, and it was really annoying. Kind of frustrating. At some point, I just gave up. My other cat's just really grumpy. I think he got into a fight with a neighbor's cat. Because I can, like, if I'm striking him from, like, head to tail, he gets really jumpy and, like, starts, like, growling and hissing.
I think you have found the
when you, like,
answer,
touch
friend.
the sort of middle of his tail.
We must find the Heart of Fire and the means to access it.
So, I think something's happened to his tail. which is not great. But unfortunately, there's not really much you can do at that point. You just kind of have to let him relax and sleep it off or whatever. Because I can't really go and check it, because if I go and try and check like what's wrong with his tail, it just upsets him. He should be fine. He gets in fights like this occasionally. Next door cat is just a bit... He's a bit territorial. I think both of them are. So normally he gets in fights with them, which is not great. It's funny, he'll get into a fight with another like full-grown cat, but then he's scared of kittens. So, does not like them around. What's the best place for us to go? I think it will be... No. Deaded. The theory is because he's the youngest cat, he doesn't like being the not youngest. But to that I say, he should grow up. He's currently asleep on my bed, so, you know. I'm just letting him chill. He's been liking my room recently. Normally he doesn't come in here in the morning, but recently he's, last couple of days he's been staying in here for the morning. True, but that's because I've not had any to send you, because, you know, I've barely been at home. Except when sleeping. The entire reason I'm streaming this morning is because I won't be back till late tonight, so still want to do something and be productive, in a sense. If I remember correctly, it is just this one over here that is, I don't know if it's a guarantee, but every time I've done it, it's been this one, so. Hey, see? They've also been more separated recently, I've noticed. I guess as they get more familiar, they're just gonna like split apart, I guess. It's not even 10 yet, I know. I had a soother somewhere. I can't remember where I put it. I might need one. And my throat's mostly fine. It's just like at the end of a sentence, it just gets like weirdly dry. Yeah, you've got to complete. There's 2 quests. No, 3 quests technically. You need to go complete. They are in Southern Barrow Downs, or I guess Northern Barrow Downs rather. They're right here near this traveling vendor. There's like, yeah, 3 quests you got to do. No, a soother, like a cough sweet. I had one somewhere. I went through a whole packet of them, like a packet and a half of them, I think, on Sunday. Terrible. Probably just because it's the morning, though, I would have thought. Not used to talking this early, I guess. Because I wouldn't even be at work just yet. I guess I would be, like, just showing up to work now if I was doing a day. Actually, no, nowadays it would be 11.
This must be it. The secret to accessing the Heart of Fire. But still, we have no idea of its location. I do not have time for riddles.
It's worth doing all this because not only do we get, like, obviously experience slash, you know, trait trees and stuff, because we do want to get to 35. 35 is a very important thing for improved sneak. 100% surprise strike critical chance from stealth. Like, 100% chance. Like there. That's just great. That, like, leads into the like the proper rotation, so that's always good, because what I'm actually doing right now isn't quite correct. But yeah, that's why I'm hoping, like, you know, we can try and move at some point, because, like, it'd be nice to be able to get up at this time and then not need to finish until, like, you know, 3:30 rather than, like, 2. You know, I get, like, an extra hour and a half. And then I can just sort of head off and walk. And then if I, you know, finish it, like, let's say I finish at 11, I can still get back at, like, well before 12. Do wonders. Alright, I gotta defeat 18 goblins. It's even worse than the Angmar quest of Gundabad. Do you know, Ghost? Right? There was, there's a quest in Gundabad where you have to kill 101 enemies. 100%, you actually have to do that. Totally doesn't stop you early or anything. That's alright. We'll just be around. Yeah, early stream. I'm testing out sort of the hours, I think, because if I'm working nights, I might as well stream the days, right? So I can stream, yeah, if I wait. My idea is, like, let's say I'm working tonight, which I am. I can go to work, come back, go to sleep, get, like, 6 to 8 hours of sleep or whatever. Like, enough that I'm not super tired, and then I can stream from, like, 9 o'clock till, like, half 1-ish. We still got, like, a 4 or 5 hours stream time. And then, you know, I can still then head off for work. Rather than me getting back after work, right? Tired. And, like, not fully motivated. Like, if I can just get, like, do the stream. And then I've got, like, an hour and a half to kind of relax or whatever. Not that this is, like, taking a lot out of me, right? Use that time to, like, chill out, listen to some music, whatever, and then yeah. I need time to not watch that show. I can't remember what shows I've been watching. I actually haven't really watched anything, like, even on my trips home. Yeah. What have I been watching? I watched Demon Slayer. I guess that was the last thing I watched. I think I did that during my holiday. I need to watch the movie still. But, yeah. It was really annoying because I watched season 1 and I was like, oh, that's alright. I'll watch season 1 and then like I'll take a little bit of a break and then I'll watch season 2. There is no season 2, at least that I can see. At the moment. So, at least dubbed. Demon Slayer. But there was a movie, so that's probably why. I want to watch the My Hero movie as well when that comes out properly. I wish dubbed, yeah, because then I can like. I don't like reading, right? I want to like just be able to listen. I'm bad at reading. And also, I watch stuff while I also do other stuff. Whereas if I've got to like... So if I hear something, I can just like understand what's happening. Whereas if I have to like also read subtitles, then I can't do the other stuff that I'm doing. Like I can't... I watch stuff and play Lotro, because I don't... Like, I can play Lotro on autopilot a lot of the time, but I still need to pay attention. I don't really see the issue with it, honestly. I haven't really watched anything that I know of that has like a terrible dub. The only thing I can't watch dubbed is Sword Art Online. Or at least when I originally watched it, when it originally aired. I mean, some shows are better at it than others. Obviously, it depends on sort of who's making it, I guess. But I also, personally, am not, like, too fussed about mouth movements, to be honest. So, I don't know.
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûm.
I could probably watch Sword Art Online dubbed now. That would probably be fine. It's just at the time. It was very difficult to watch it. Because I originally watched it subbed. Only. And I enjoyed it, so I've got nothing against subs, you know. Necessarily, but... Have I ever watched something while streaming? Not like a show. I've watched like a YouTube video. But that's more like me trying to work out how to do something, I guess. But no, I don't. I'm pretty sure I haven't watched anything. I've watched something in like the 10 minutes that I have before the stream. But I wouldn't count that as watching something while streaming. Want to hear something fun? If it's actually fun. If it's not, I'll hold you accountable. Back in here we go.
These maps do not tell me anything.
Bosi is outside. All these names are so similar. They confuse me sometimes. Alright, Bosi's out here. I don't think we'll get all of Moria done, but I'd like to get a little bit of... Ooh, boots actually could be an upgrade.
It is very simple, my friend.
Maybe.
Let me explain it to you.
I mean,
I have need of your great
that's
skill.
I guess good.
The Heart
You
of
can
Fire, the great
have someone to
forging
talk
room
to
where
about it.
Durin's axe was birthed, was lost in ages past. But the discovery of the Way of Smiths would bring fresh hope to those who seek to reclaim the glory of Khazad-dûm.
I had something similar once with a movie. Sort of with a movie. I had seen the movie. So there was 3 of us, right? A friend of mine, it was her favorite movie of all time. And I had watched the movie before, and we were getting a friend of ours to watch the movie as well. And I remember like typing out questions on my phone and giving my phone to her to then answer back on my phone because I didn't want to spoil it for him. I guess it's kind of not similar, but I even bought something related to that for her birthday, her 18th. For her 18th birthday, I bought her a signed movie script of that movie. Still would say, hands down, probably the best gift I've ever given. Not gonna lie. Packaging was terrible. What I gave it to them as was terrible, but the actual thing itself, arguably, probably the best gift I've ever given. I'm really bad at giving gifts, though. Right, let's hope my OBS doesn't die. Because it keeps dropping, and it's really, really annoying. Anything I want? I want a Lego Death Star. We'll do a Lego building stream. We could do that. Let's buy the same Lego thing and then do a building stream, and then you can build along with me. Imagine that. I only say that because I saw a thing of someone doing a Lego building stream today. They were building, I think, Super Mario World stuff. Right. My internet is... I think it's my OBS rather than my internet, because I wasn't lagging. I had that, like, small lag for a second, but, like... Okay, my internet's having issues. Because every time OBS goes to, like, 0 kilobits a second...
Heart of Fire is ours again.
I froze in game then. And that's not good. In fact, many people would say it's pretty bad.
Gone on to the 21st hall.
I have to manually travel there. That's annoying. So hopefully our morning stream doesn't get interrupted by like dead internet. That would suck. Do I have like a game store or anything? I mean, there's like game, right? Game is a thing. It's literally called game. I've been there in ages though. Where I live, there's kind of like nothing around. There's like no kind of franchisee shops in my town. That sucks. Have you seen any Animal Crossing amiibo cards? I haven't seen any Animal Crossing. I was thinking about this morning, right? I was literally, what I like to do is there's a store. I think I don't know if it's in any other country, but at least in the UK, called CEX, and it's like secondhand games and stuff, right? It's where I bought like my DS or my my 2DS XL and like a DSi and stuff like that, and what have you. And I was thinking about this this morning, right? I was literally, what I like to do is there's a store. I think I don't know if it's in any other country, but at least in the UK, called CEX, it's like secondhand games and stuff, right? It's where I bought like my DS or my 2DS XL and like a DSi and stuff like that, and what have you. And I was thinking about this this morning, right? I was literally, what I like to do is there's a I was thinking today, I was like, I haven't actually, like, that's the only place, like, game-wise I shop in. Like, they do have, like, it's really, I like going in there because they've also got, like, camera stuff and, you know, like, computer parts and all that jazz. So it's just, like, a really nice shop to go into. But I realized I haven't gone in there at all. Like, I haven't gone to any, like, shops except to, like, get food over, like, the last, like, 3 weeks. I do own 2 Animal Crossing amiibo, though. So, the only amiibo I own. Sad times. Yeah, I own 2. Let me go see which ones they are. Okay, I have. There's a game called, for the Wii U, called Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. Well, from my understanding, it's kind of like Mario Party. Kind of, I think. Anyway, I got this for £1. I think £2 actually. It was in Poundland. But it was actually £2, so clearly I got scammed. So, I have... I think it should say on the back, right? It doesn't say on the back. I've never opened it. Okay, so there is like the secretary person that I can't remember the name of. The one that's in Smash Bros. Can't remember her name though. Like a yellow dog. Isabel. Yes, that one. And then it's also in French, and I'm going to assume this is his name. I think he's called Max or Digby. He's like a brown dog. Digby. Yeah, he's called Digby. I've just Googled him. It says Digby Amiibo de Max. So, yeah. Unless he's called Max in French. Maybe that's why. For a short time only. It also says include 3 amiibo cards. Like a purple cat, and then 2 others I cannot explain. No, it's for a limited time only. If I send you a photo, it might be better, to be honest. That might be better. Let's have a look at Digby on the Animal Crossing thingy. His birthday is the 20th of December. I bought this for £2. That's £1 per amiibo. It's because apparently this game is terrible and nobody bought it. That is my understanding. He also makes a return in New Horizons as part of the Happy Home Paradise, or can be invited with his amiibo to the roost. So, yeah. Yeah, Amiibo Festival. Digby is a playable character in Amiibo Festival. Available when Digby Amiibo is scanned with the Wii U. Sometimes when the player playing as Digby lands on an event square. Okay, we don't care about that. Part of me does want to get like a Wii U because I think they're relatively cheap, right? Probably. Like, it wasn't a very well received console. But I also should just buy a Switch. But I don't want to, like, at this point, I don't want to buy, like... The only Switches I see for a good price are, like, the super duper old Switches, like the first ones. Because there's like 3 that I can understand, right? There's like the original, the one which everybody like has apparently got like better battery life. So every time it's got like in brackets improved battery life. And then finally the OLED one. I feel like at this point I should just get an OLED one if I'm going to get one at all.
That we are here. This is a joyous day for the dwarves.
Can offer you £30. For what? I should have a look though, because it's like Black Friday, right? Black Friday week or whatever. Like, there's probably going to be a decent price for it. I'll probably buy one if that's the case. Right? $350. I want $350. I want how many pounds? Let me know pounds. I'm dying. I don't want to die. Why am I dying? What if I just want to buy it without a game? 309. I don't know which I like better, the neon one or the white one. I feel like the neon one would probably be better in my eyes. Oh, it's just because I was coughing. I'm over exaggerating. Neon one is the like blue and red Joy-Cons. They're the same price, ultimately. I feel like I should wait until Friday, though, and see if that's a good deal. Though I guess a lot of places do, like deals all week. Maybe I should get one that's, like, got Pokemon with it. Because then I'm paying, like, £40 for a game that's probably, like, £60. Why did I think I had an ranged attack then? Yeah, because out of those, like,
The time has come
I don't
to
need to
drive
get
forth
Animal
the orcs
Crossing.
from our kingdom.
Right. That doesn't make sense. I don't really think Mario Kart is something I care enough for. Mario Party, probably no. Super Mario 3D World, eh. Well, that's why I'm saying, like, I don't want to buy a Switch that comes bundled with Animal Crossing if I already have Animal Crossing. So, that's, like, not going to be something I'd go for. But then I can get, like, Mario Party, which doesn't make sense to me. Mario Kart, which I do like Mario Kart. I really enjoy Mario Kart. But I feel like I wouldn't play that too much, right? Super Mario 3D World, probably the lowest on that system, like, out of what's been shown. Then there's like Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, but I don't know which. And Pikmin and Metroid Dread, and I guess Paper Mario. I've never played a Paper Mario game. I kind of want to. I've heard good things, but I feel like I'd probably get either one of the Pokemon games, and I don't know, right, which one I want to go for, because on the DS I had Pokemon Pearl, and I love Pokemon Pearl. Because it kind of got me back into Pokemon. But because I had Pearl, would I want to then go for Diamond? I'm actually replaying through Platinum recently.
Sign of the White Hand, you say?
It's my
Something about
current
the White
thing.
Hand within Moria.
Never actually finished Platinum, so because I never had it at the time. But yeah, there's no Zelda one, unfortunately. But I do want to, unless what you're talking about is the Hyrule Warriors, which I really do want to get as well. It's probably what, like, one of my first things I'd get with it. It could be terrible for all I know, but it just seems fun. I really like the Dynasty Warriors style of gameplay. I wonder if CEX has anything. Okay. Defeat orcs. And Zalamelik or Redhorn loads. Is that... I think I went the wrong way. I messed up. I thought it meant like orcs and goblins.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
So I can get a Switch OLED from CEX for the same price. So I can get it like used, but technically a penny more than I can buy it new. Or I can buy it without the box for like £10 less, which is just not worth it, I feel like. Ooh, they have some nice keyboards there. I don't know how me looking up Switch OLED. I guess Switch, you know, which Switch it has. I feel like I'd just rather buy it new, and then I've kind of got like, I guess, a warranty and stuff, right? I think probably I will just keep an eye on till Friday, and then we'll see where it goes from there, because like Black Friday deals and stuff. I mean, I actually keep an eye out on a lot of like deals, so I do keep an eye on that sort of thing. Switches especially. It's annoying when I see a deal and it's like, instead of being for a Switch, it's for a Switch game. So I'm like, ooh, Switch. Let me have a look at pricing. Oh, it's just a game. Okay, cool. Don't care. Come on, I believe in you. I can't type. To save my life. Let's see. What, like... I can see. A lot of the time, the ones I've been seeing are, like, from France. You know? I can have a look. I mean... I was thinking about going and checking up on that shop anyway. I found what Animal Crossing? I found an Isabelle winter outfit, which is I think the same one I've got for £12. What else is there? Show more. Yeah, it's just a case if it's like French, and then I've got to like get it sent over, and I think a lot of the time there's like shipping, so it kind of counteracts the discount sometimes. KK Slider. I'm just gonna list off names of characters that I can see and I know if I'm cooking. Villager. I'm pretty sure the amiibo villager is just from yeah, no, I'm looking online on this shop. Now what's like available? Because the cool thing is you can see like where they're in stock, so you can see if they've got any in like the nearest one to me. Oh, I do like the Yarn Yoshi one. That looks cool. £25 though. Cyrus? It says Animal Crossing Cyrus. That's really cheap. That's £4. Like, yikes. Mabel. £8. Rossetti. I can get Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival plus 2 amiibos. Yeah, £4. £4. I can get the Amiibo Festival thing that I have for £12. What else is there? Blathers, £8. I like that gold Shovel Knight one. That's cool. Isabel summer outfit for £15. Tom Nook, 15. Cap'n, Cap apostrophe in. Celeste. Celeste is £18. Like yikes. Cap'n is £6. Lottie, £8. Kix, I like the look of Kix. Kix is a cool looking character. £15 though. If I just look up Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing. Let's have a look. Reese, KK Slider, Cyrus, Mabel, Rossetti, Blathers, Isabel Summer Outfit, Tom Nook, Cap'n, Celeste, Lottie, Kix, Rover, Timmy and Tom Nook. Oh no, Timmy and Tommy Nook. An Animal Crossing 2DS XL. Stop. That's actually kind of a nice kind of thing. And that's it. Those are it. That is all. Good day, sir. That thunder really throws me off because it makes it sound like someone. It's in my head. It's the same sound as the someone. It's the same sound as someone like leaving a fellowship, and it really throws me off because I'm like, yeah, I'm like that. I'm not in a thing. What's happening? What? Who? What? Why?
You've done well.
Could I sell, right? If I sold the Animal Crossing thing that I did, right? That I got, could I make more money? I could actually profit. I could make £3. I could make 150% profit. I do like the look of the pastel Animal Crossing Switch, though. It's a pretty cool looking Switch.
You should help my dwarves unearth the buried chamber of records.
I'd probably end up getting like why'd I profit £3 if I sold it? So they sell it for £12, they buy it for £5, right? That's how they make all their money, obviously. Like they so I bought it for £2 originally, which was the game and the 2 amiibo. I could sell it for £5, so I profit £3. But they would then potentially sell it for £12. So yeah. For £30. Just total up how much all those amiibos cost. Christmas present.
Something collapsed the roof of this chamber. I know not.
I would be interested to see what the cost of all of them are. A lot of it would be just you've got like a few that are just really expensive. It was like Tom Nook, I think, was like £25 or something. Right? So I guess in some cases the more popular the character in some ways, or maybe there's probably like a difference between also most popular and also rarer, right? So like those will inherently have more cost because of their like popularity. I love looking at some of these prices though. Some of like the buy prices. So for example, that I'm just scrolling down through and it's just like, hey, here's stuff we have in stock. Skyfall, the James Bond movie from 2012. They sell it for £3. They buy it for 10 pence, which is just like peanuts. Peanuts would actually possibly cost more. The Simpsons movie. It's how I decide what movie I'm going to watch. Toy Story 3. Never watched Toy Story 3. Never ever. Maybe I should. 1050 Ti. This is expensive though.
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
Okay. Sneezing is not fun. So Spectre is more expensive than Infinity War. Damn.
This looks to be grim reading, but I will do so from the beginning. The dwarves of my expedition are getting restless.
Where on earth are you? You're really far down. Spectre's 007.
The
not
shadow
James
of
Bond movie.
Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûm.
The Greatest Showman. I really like The Greatest Showman. I got very annoyed at it though, because there was the one song from it was the only song that ever... No, there was 2 songs that got played on the radio here, right? One of them
The shadow of Mordor will
was
not
actually a
long fill
cover
the halls
of the song from a
Khazad-dûm.
movie, rather than the original one from the movie. And I was like, why? First off. And secondly, I thought the one from the movie sounded better. And the second one was like This Is Me one, and I feel like I don't think it's inherently a bad song. I do think it's my least favorite song of the movie, but also it's been played to death and I hate it. Just my opinion. Not gonna lie. I have no input whatsoever. It's all done through the company. The only thing I do have a say in is what is played in the laser tag. We used to have just CDs that were played. I was very against that because it does not fit when you've got some like pop music from 2008 playing in a laser tag area with dark lights. It does not fit the atmosphere at all. I don't like it. So I've now pushed for it to be like, the way I've described it is instead of songs it's music, right? So it's not songs that have lyrics or anything like that or whatever, or choruses and what say so. It is just literally like almost like sci-fi kind of music that is just in the background. See, something like that, as much as you may think is a good idea, is actually not a great idea. I think it's better to have non-recognizable stuff, because we had a lot of students come over. We had a lot of students from Germany, France. We've had Japanese as well, students come over, like exchange students and play. And when they like can recognize a song or whatever, potentially, they just like dance to it, which I guess is fine, fair enough. Like, I feel like it can take away from the thing. I don't know.
I'm not sure Khazad-dûm can be restored. The
Feels
orcs
a
are
really weird to
surely
say.
ruling.
I don't know. That's why I don't like songs, right? That's like my whole kind of reasoning is. The music isn't why you're there, kind of thing. The music is just to add to the experience. Duel of the Fates is less of a problematic thing compared to that, but yeah. I guess it's different when I'm the one pushing for it to be, like, I'm pushing the product, right? Technically, I'm trying to push the experience. So when people aren't playing the game, it almost feels like I've done a bad job because people aren't playing it because they'd rather be doing something else, right? So that's why I prefer the focus to be on, like, playing. GTX 1060. Wait, what? I'll sell my 1060. Why not? I don't use my 1060 anymore. I mean, I do, but I don't. This thunder is really throwing me off. I might filter it out. I know it's kind of like the whole thing behind it, but honestly, kind of annoying. Not gonna lie. I mean, yeah. It's always a thing. It's only been a recent thing to transition to like different music though, so sort of taking little steps at a time. My current little thing is I'm actually trying to make a 3D model of the reception area with all the correct measurements so that I can design how I want it to look like. So we're still in a little bit of like, I guess, early stages. Because I think it's easier to like, if I can get all the measurements, not only do I then have all the measurements first off, but then I have like the ability to save that file. I can then just like, you know, design whatever and then get the stuff for it. I mean, I can't remember. The only song that I remember was on the DVD we had was My Milkshake Brings All the Boys to the Yard. That is, that I know that for a fact was on there. And I always found it really weird. And you can't skip songs, so it was kind of cringy a little bit. Having that playing. Not gonna lie. There was also a time there was a song that swore on there, which, like, I don't care about, you know, songs that swear if I'm listening to it, obviously. But when a majority of, like,
and from himself,
at least at the time, a majority of, like, customers were children,
might happen again.
Kinda problematic, and there's no skip feature on the thing we were using, so
Dwarves must fight for
that
dwarves.
was kind of awkward. I wasn't there for that, luckily, but I mean, yeah, it's less about the kids, more about the parents. Parents get, like, very offended over stuff like that. And then they complain, and depending on the manager, some of our managers cave a bit too easily, to put it lightly. Some managers at the, like, first slight issue
This time will be different.
will, like,
My nephew
immediate
has come up
thought
with a
is to,
daring
like,
plan.
default to
You should ask him
full
about it.
refund kind of thing. And I'm like, no, it's not that big a deal. There's a group in on Sunday that got, like, the entire of their party. Like, the difference... So they had to pay, like, £140 remaining for their party. And then there was an issue. And they got the rest of it for free. So we lost out on, like, 140 quid. And the laser tag was part of that money. So I lost out on, like, 30 quid over that. When I've just reopened it. Which is really annoying. I actually went for the management position. But ultimately,
We need weapons
didn't get
and
it.
armor
And
that can be repaired or
I don't think
melted
I'd
down.
want it now.
My plan requires as many courageous dwarves as will volunteer.
We've actually had a
To know the
manager
lay of
leave, or a
Stormcloak.
training
My
manager
plan
leave.
is to succeed.
So I have jokingly said, what's the chance that I get asked to rethink my my position. But I just don't think it's worth it right now. I don't even get paid that much more. Like, I working normally, like, just as a regular person, I get a pay rise in April, but the managers don't, so... Like,
Azog's folk have not yet fully repaid for their crimes against us.
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
kind of makes sense to hold off.
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our
Also,
kingdom.
somewhat jokingly, but also somewhat truthfully, I've said that I am one bad day away from quitting. I have a like a resignation letter written up, like, and it's on my phone, so technically at a moment's notice, I can go print out my resignation letter and hand it in. If that was my plan, or if something caused me to do that. And I know it works because my personal resignation letter has been used twice by 2 other people, or once each by 2 other people
Moria have much
to
to account
quit,
for.
which makes me a little bit worried that my boss will eventually see the consistency, I guess, between the two. I mean, it was far enough away in time. Like, I think it was like a year in between the 2, but I don't know. I said I don't really have plans to at the moment, but it's not ruled off the table. My issue is, like, I don't know. I'm sorting out my contract soon, so that's gonna be a fun one. So I said if I'm planning on moving, I can't have my hours get messed with. Like, I can't... So, my contract is a mess, technically. My contract is supposed to be, I think, 32 hours minimum. Or 34, one of the two. Certainly up in the mid-30s range. Or lower 30s, I guess. That is supposed to be what my contract is. Which is kind of fine. It's what I expect. It's what I work. But my actual contract is still the same as 4 years ago at 12 hours. Which means at any time, technically, I could get told, hey, by the way, you're only working 2 days this week. Which is not ideal, especially if I'm planning on moving. So I've said that that needs to get sorted. And we'll see how that goes. Oh, I have brought it up. I've definitely brought it up. I just need to wait until I'm on shift with my boss. To, like, actually go through with it. Or when she's like... The problem is it's Christmas time. And as much as I'm like, you should make time, I also understand it's incredibly busy. Like, we have had a really busy time, so there's not really much time to just be like, hey, I want to sit down for, like, an hour, write up a new contract, etc. Not that I think I'm going to get told, hey, by the way, you know, your contract, you're only working your contract hours. Like, it's not a huge deal. Like, it's not, that's not going to happen. But there is a distinct possibility. Because we're hiring new people. The reason I brought it up originally is because we've hired, like, a bunch of new people. I basically said, if we're hiring, like, 5 people, let's say, suddenly, and we've obviously got, like, a certain amount of money that can go towards stuff, right? Like payroll. I said, is hiring these new people going to affect my, you know, my hours? Is that going to lower my hours to make room for these guys? And I was told, no, it won't. So, hey, a level 57. So that's good. But then I was like, hey, just to be sure, can we actually update my thing? The reason it's a mess is kind of my fault, but kind of not. It's an awkward circumstances kind of thing. The reason it's messed up is it was at 12 hours originally when I started there 4 years ago or so. 2017. And then about a year later, the plan was to update it, but I was also going for the manager's position at the time. So we decided not to update it until we got the results, because there's no point in updating my contract to then update it again to a different position, which makes sense. You know, I agreed on that. I think I even suggested that, kind of. And then I didn't get the position. Then it got forgotten about. And then I went to mention it in March 2020. And then lockdowns happened. So that never got done. That was fun. I mean, yeah. Oh, don't get me wrong. I agree. Like, management is pretty damn terrible in some regards, and I am very vocal about it. About my, I guess, distaste in the way some things are run. But I also feel like that's why I wouldn't also, like, another reason I wouldn't want to go and try for management again. Because I feel like I'd want to try and fix all this stuff, and it would, like, I'd never get to be able to do it, because, yeah. I've said, like, my leaving thing, if I ever leave. Or I guess I should say when rather than if. I don't plan on staying for, like, the rest of my life. You know? But, so I should technically say if, but, or when rather than if. It's gonna be a really funny leaving thing. Because I'm just gonna be, like, airing out everything, I feel like. We'll see how it goes, though. What I'd ultimately love to do, honestly, my ultimate thing, if I could have my way, would be that I could myself, like, take control of the laser tag as a separate entity, and just, like, give them rent, you know? If I could give them, like, a set amount of rent, essentially, per week, but I can, like, do whatever I like, essentially, and I deal with my own stuff, that would be, like, my ultimate, like, situation, honestly. I'm going the wrong way, but at least I discovered this. I think I'm supposed to put down a banner somewhere as well, yeah. But yeah. I've actually joked about it before. When it was shut, I was like, it's making zero money. In the eyes of the company, they probably think it's like a lost cause, alright? Kind of thing. Because at the time, due to like social distancing and such, we weren't allowed to have it running. Even if, which I thought was really dumb, but like even if people were from the same household, we weren't allowed to have them in the arena. Which I felt was a little bit dumb, because like people were allowed to bowl, but they weren't allowed to play laser tag, right? Even though it's like much further apart. I think the idea was that if you had someone like hosting it, like a marshal, like we have to have a safety marshal in there, they weren't from the same household or whatever. But I had jokingly said that I'd just like buy it off the company for, I don't know, a couple grand. Cause yeah. Like I said, just doing like 14 hours a week, I can make about 75 grand in that thing. I mean, I won't be able to do it now. I'd never be able to do it now because it's starting to bring in money, but... And they've just spent like 6 grand, I think, on it. I am going to have the discussion, though, about changing my job title, in a sense. If I can get it off the ground, I want to be, like, purely dedicated to that arena. So that I can just, like, be in at all times. Just running it. Like, 5 times a week or whatever. Rather than... like, doing my other stuff. Biggest issue is I probably lose my voice again. I mean, yeah. The whole idea behind me training 8 new people is so that they don't have to rely on me too much. But it also gives me, like, bargaining power, I guess. As horrible as that sounds. But sometimes that's just the way you gotta think. I'd rather, like, rather than quitting, I'd prefer to be like, if you don't fix this thing, then I won't help you out or whatever, like, you know, that kind of thing. Technically, if I were to be really, like, stingy, it'd be like, I can only work my contract hours now. And I was like, sorry, my contract only states 12 hours. I can only work 12 hours a week. Sorry. You want me on those hours? Okay, no can do. I think ultimately I like the people at my job. It's just, yeah, management can be a bit of a pain. From when you work for like a kind of a bigger company. In a sense, like, I think the company I work for is like up there in terms of revenue for the country. I remember there being something about being the first company to go into the green after like lockdowns and stuff. I can't remember. But like ultimately the company probably doesn't even know I exist except being on their system. For who to pay. Not that I particularly care. It's like there's we have this like, you know, app for our rotors and stuff and what have you. And there's this kind of like I'm very skeptical and I don't like it when a company tries to like be like, hey, family, we're a family, you know? I really hate that stuff because it feels really disingenuous. and I'm very vocally against it with this company. But they essentially have the Rota app is also like a pseudo kind of Facebook-y type thing where you can like put up statuses and like posts and comment and all that, and it's, you know, that jazz. And I hate that. I'm not here for like, I don't know if people enjoy that kind of thing. It's just so weird, and again, it feels very disingenuous a lot of the time. And there's like supposed to be like a messaging app, like you can message each other and stuff. It's like you're supposed to message each other to be like, if you need to swap shifts or something like that. I'm like, I have everybody's phone number. You just message. I'll just text you. You know? Like, why? Why make it weirder than it is? But yeah, I don't know. Not even just for this company. I just hate it when stuff. I guess I can sort of see it when you've got like a smaller store, like a family-owned thing, and you have like, you know, that is it, and you kind of have a few people, like that are like outside the family, but you treat them really well. I can see that being like, hey, we're like a family, like, because the majority of it is you are. But when you're a company that's like hires however many people, like 10, 20,000 people or whatever, it just becomes a bit fake at that point, right? Maybe I'm just too cynical. Maybe. I don't know. Peculiar, you know? Maybe I need to lighten up. I think I'm quite reserved when it comes to social media. Like, I don't think I've ever posted anything on Facebook. I don't even use my Facebook. I think it was deactivated. No, I reactivated my Facebook. The only thing I use Facebook for, which would have been, the last time I logged in would have been probably about 6 months ago, was, like, Facebook Marketplace. Because I was looking for something. I think I was looking for, like, a cheapish TV. No, I have nobody to stalk on Facebook. Nobody I want to, nobody I could, nobody I plan on. I have you. I don't really plan on stalking you though. I don't really see much need. I just occasionally get like, because I still have Facebook Messenger on my phone, I occasionally get like messages from bots and stuff. But yeah. I'm just like, oh, here's a blank profile without... Oh, okay, cool. This is a bot. Okay. The only people that care for me. I never post. I think I updated my Facebook profile like last year, like my profile picture. Before then, it was from like 2012. Or something like that. Like from when I first joined. Yeah. So. Just for context, how kind of little I, you know. Take part in all that. Like if I were to go on Facebook right now, like I feel like it would just be... I see Lotro. some band stuff. And then, like, I don't know, you see, like... I don't... Maybe I'm horrible, but I don't care if your child is, like, baking a cake. You know? I'm not gonna comment something on Lotro. Hey, fix your lag. Something that freaked me out is like, I went on the Lotro, like, Facebook page. Once I, like, saw it go by. Right? And I clicked on it, and it was really kind of weird to me because... Okay, this is going to sound really against itself. So I went on the Lotro, like, page, and it tells you, like, other people that like this, for example. And I saw that, like, a friend of mine also likes it. It's, like, 468,877 people like this, including one of your friends. I think it used to be 2 of my friends. So either someone's unfriended me or unliked Lotro. Not really fussed about either. But it weirds me out because I'm like... They probably don't play. Like, having known them for a while, a very long while. I guess I haven't talked to them in, like, 5 years, which is long enough that they could have easily started playing. But yeah, like... I was like, huh. What if they, like, have watched me, you know? Kind of weirds me out, the idea of it. And the reason it sounds, like, so, like, counterproductive, not counterproductive, but, like, I can't think of the word, is, like, obviously I'm here streaming and putting myself out here. But then I'm worried that someone is going to watch me, right? And I guess it's one person out of, you know, nearly 500,000 people, but... And I'm just like, huh. That's weird that they... Like, probably not. Probably not, but like, what is the chance that they have watched a stream? You know? Or seen a video. You know? I think ultimately I would care. I feel like it would weird me out for a second and I'd be like, oh, okay. Cool. Like, for the longest time, when I was dating my ex, I actually kept the whole, like, videos and streams thing kind of a secret. At the time, I wasn't streaming very much, but at least video-wise, I was uploading, like, every day. Near enough. And I was like, I kept it a secret for so long. Until, like, they started living with me during lockdown, and I was like, ah, right. Can't really make that one a secret anymore, can I? But once I got over it, like, once... To be fair, it just came out pretty well. It's just like, oh, hey, that's kind of cool, I guess. They're actually, like, super... Kind of super into it. They're like, that's really cool. I think them being more, like, excited about it made me felt weirder, almost, because they were like, oh, I can't believe, like, my boyfriend's, like, semi-famous in that, like, in the community, and I was like, don't say that. That makes me feel wrong. That makes me feel weird. Makes me feel too weird. I mean, that is true. But also, like, I don't really think that means much. You know?
Very little of these weapons and armor are salvageable, but they will have to do. Those are all the dwarves who volunteered. No matter, it's fine. Thank you, friend.
Okay. More physical mastery, more crit, lose finesse, lose morale. So we lose health, but we gain damage. Yee, sure, fine.
It is time now to set my plan into motion.
Thingies is a new. I hate this instance.
Saruman's attempts to bring
I hate
the
it.
orcs of Moria
I don't
under
like
his
it.
sway
Can we stop it,
will only
please?
be ended when his minions perish.
I think it should be
The
fine.
valor
I
of
just
the
really
dwarves
don't like
must
the
be
instance.
relied upon in
Ooh,
these
this is
dark
fancy.
times.
Necklace of
Starsnaf,
leadership.
the white hand
Agility, more
must be
agility,
cut
more
off.
vitality. Evade, which I don't really care much for, and fate. I'll switch to that. And then these, I think I said I'll switch to, right? So from 0 to Kindred is 50 lottery points. And it takes 121 Cardolan trinkets to do so. Technically 119 if you now, because you have to do the quests to unlock it, which give you 700 each. So you I think technically it's 119 at that point. That's actually something I need to do. I've got quite a few Cardolan trinkets and oh, actually I don't have to see him, right? I can just do this. Yeah, I tend to do a lot of my leveling now through farming. I get my characters to level 20 through farming to, at least at the time, Minas Ithil, but I should have a look at Gundabad. Crafting. Takes me about 45 minutes to get to level 20 from the building intro. Which is nice. Right. Come on, Bordy. Oh, Ghost is trying to stalk me, I see. You'll never find me. Mwah, You won't find anything. I just have, like, nothing on Facebook. I actually delayed it for a while. Nobody even knew. I'm on Evernight. Oh, lag. White Doom, you're causing me to lag. How dare you? I wonder actually how many people are on. 510? I guess it's still kind of early morning. Weekday kind of thing. Nice, nice. Gives you peace inside. I'll delete my Facebook right now so you can never find it. I've not always been on Evernight. I spent actually 9 years on Arkenstone. I only actually moved at the beginning of 2021. Nice, nice. PvMP has actually had an update recently, from what I understand. It's actually getting updates today, I think. Oscaliaf PvMP has been disabled until it can be reworked. Resource nodes have been updated in the Atmos. The level cap. Healing is being reduced across the board for creeps by about 25%. Small amount of outgoing heals has been added to Audacity. I think some of the PvMP gear actually is some of the best in slot for the minute, which is kind of cool for just general use. Mine's 137, and then level 62, I think. I have 2 for some reason. I don't really know why. Can't level my RK up to 140 yet because I need to level up my hunter first.
Do you think Asmar spoke the truth?
You need not worry. Asmar sought
okay.
only to frighten us with those words. My nephew worries as much as his father.
Yeah, so this gear is just not as good, obviously. So. You beat Ghosts RK soon. Palpadol, only level 104. We'll be level 104 soon. Be funny if I actually out-leveled you. I'd laugh. You can kill enemies to level there, but you won't be able to do the quests. So yeah.
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
Yeah, Sword Halls at the moment is best because Walk Pens was the best, and then they nerfed it recently. So I know. I'll get to minutes.
My reading has confirmed my suspicions, friend. We are in great danger. I will tell you what I have learned from the book.
Oh
of
no,
Masa,
I have to do
but it is
session
grim
play.
indeed.
Why? Why do you do this to me, game? How dare you? Just rude. I quite like that artwork. I just wish it was higher quality, you know? Why not both? Huh? One thing I actually did add on is I actually why is my internet dying? One thing I did do though is I made a new chisel for Palpatine, which is nice. See, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a Steam Deck and I'm going to totally play Lotch on the Steam Deck, even though it's not going to work properly, I almost guarantee. One thing I did notice though, I'm very glad they did this, is on Steam they actually put a news thing saying that Good and Bad had been released. So, that's fun. Nice to see. Now I'm gonna play on the Steam Deck. Oh, the Stream Deck, that's a different thing. I have been meaning to buy a Stream Deck though. I kind of like got annoyed with my my kind of ghetto setup version. Since the mute key wasn't working properly. So I was like, I should probably just buy it. Like, why not? But again, I think if I'm gonna buy anything tech-wise, I should probably wait until like Friday. So But I was really tempted. I think I might still, because it's like pre-orders, right? Still pre-order the Steam Deck. Even if I like don't play Lotro on it, I could still play like, you know, Hades or whatever, or Loop Hero or whatever. Potentially. And I can just have that on my way to work. I'll bring a Switch and a Steam Deck to work. Play him on my timer. Something I actually did at work in our like, there's like what's called the team room, right? So it's where everybody's lockers are, and there's kind of like, it used to be nicer, and then there was a leak, so it's not as nice. We had to get rid of a load of stuff, but there was like sofas in there and like a TV and stuff. And what I actually did is I got an old computer, like oldish computer, and I like kind of spruced it up a little bit. I got like an old Dell Optiplex and put a GPU in it. I put like a 1660 in it, so like at the time quite decent, like a low profile one. It's kind of the best I think the best I could get for it. And I wanted to like put a load of games on it because we used to like watch movies down there. But I'll just have my Steam Deck instead. Yeah, we used to like watch movies. I know one of us watched like Formula 1 and stuff at time. I kind of like that. It was nice having something actually, especially if I get in early. It was nice. No, you're not allowed. Leave. Leave now and never come back. Don't know why I love that animation. I just do. Is there enemies on the bridge? I can't remember. I don't think it is. I could be wrong. I always forget this instance carries on. Right. Okay. So I think what I might do is we might, depending on how we feel, go until about 12 o'clock, so midday. That's about 45 more minutes. I only say that because of my voice and my throat. I think normally we will, doing this in the future, we'll go to like midday. Or not midday, sorry, we'll go to like 1, 2 o'clock. But I think I just want to give that hour or two just to let my voice chill out for a bit, because the coughs are getting a little bad. Not that you should be able to hear them, hopefully, but... if I'm not careful, I can just... you bothered me? No. It's just that I've been, like, not great with my throat. I mean, the session play is already hard because you can't win it, even though conceivably it's possible. I've done it where I'm pretty sure I've killed all the enemies. It just forces you to fail. And it just kind of sucks. But yeah. Nothing to do with you, Ghost. Just my throat is obviously not in the greatest of, you know. I can't think of the word. My throat's not in the greatest condition, I guess is the right word, actually. I do like the idea of you just being like looking up Jamie on Facebook, but it'd be funny.
I do not know.
The
It will be different
Right,
this
let's
time.
get that completed.
We must prepare for the storm.
So we get a
We
cloak.
must make the Chamber of the Crossroads ready for
It's
war.
actually not too far off. The
We
agility, obviously,
must
but
make the
like,
Chamber
you know,
of the Crossroads
crit isn't
ready
too
for
far off, and
war.
the vitality is going to increase. But let's have a look at boots. We get a hat for those though. Boots is something that we can get upgrades for, and we'll probably upgrade to those. Looking at it, more agility, less vitality, but more crit and more physical mastery. SSG taking weeks to fix something? Never. Never happen. Clearly SSG are like
Abide here a moment and speak with me.
super efficient. I don't even know what they're doing like this week, because like
We have little time to speak.
so at some
Events
point,
have been
right?
set in motion.
Last week they decided to do these maintenance at 1.
Hear me
I
out,
think so.
for I have
Which I guess is
obtained
another
a
reason
glorious
that
attack.
like I can't go on obviously till like super late, but we'll probably go on to like I might go till 1. We might see, because at 12 it will say, should say the servers will go down in like an hour, right? But yeah, that's the thing I was saying is like it's weird that last week they did Thursday shutdown or like maintenance. This week they're doing Tuesday, almost as if they're like making up for the day late to do it a day early this time, which is kind of weird.
If it were not for the prospect of finding Mithril, I would not have come here.
Because normally Wednesday I'm just like, well yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were late one day last week and they're early one day this week, so it's weird. Like almost like like I said, that they're trying to make up for it. And be like, see, our average is Wednesday. I don't know. The hope would be that like next week or the week after then is 31.1. Hopefully. That would be kind of
These halls
the most
will be
ideal.
great once more.
Because then that should be a reward track. But I think I'm probably going to spend quite a bit of time on Burglar. Like, I've just been having fun on Burglar. I was going to say, what happens if I did, like, say 4? I don't think it matters. You still get an offhand. So, I'd still say it's worth it. Because Champ's allies are still just Rune and main hand. Morning.
Welcome to Khazad-dûm.
Kind of nearly afternoon. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I guess we'll see. if that's the case, it's kind of annoying because it's like just like further pushing it back, further pushing back something that should have been released, you know, 13 days ago now. You know, should have been released basically 2 weeks ago. Is a reward track. It's gonna be like a month before it's actually here. It's like someone in World Chat yesterday was saying, like, they want people slowly, like, upgrading their allies, right? Which I guess is the idea. Because they want people, like, to have a reason to come back. Because, like, I've got, like, 200, near enough 500,000 things, right? Like, how, like, is that gonna cap me out, or is it, like, an infinite reward track? Like, we've seen, I've seen, personally, no inkling of, like, what it actually looks like, so I'm so curious. Oh, yeah. I knew about that already. Because they mentioned it on Court of the Rings before. It's great because I get another Valar that I don't know what to do with.
Dwells here.
It's great.
Oh, we have not seen it.
But yeah. Free Valar. It might be the only way I get my toolkit. At least a toolkit. Yeah, I think on this character I'm probably going to skip Mirkwood. I think Mirkwood is possibly my least favorite region in the game. Maybe other than Angmar. I actually don't know out of the two. I might hate Mirkwood more than I hate Angmar. Right. I mean, that's what I do now. All my hunters' existences. I go camouflage, burn hot, focus, heartseeker. Gives me near enough 100% crit chance on heartseeker. Great. Being a burglar and one-shotting with daggers from behind. That's what I'm doing right now. Near enough. Not always. It's dependent. Oh, right, fair enough. Is that surnames ghost or first names? Confusion. So much typing. No. I know nobody by that name. It's gonna be amusing. No, I started 2013, I think, if I remember correctly. No, 2012, sorry, I think. Right? I mean, I'm already on my account.ssg.com. Let's have a look. Let's see my... Huh. Why is it not letting me log in to my own account? Yeah, 18th of April 2012 was when I joined. So next year is 10 years. It's such a very basic website. I really wish they did something more with it, but I kind of also understand why they don't.
Greetings, friend.
What
Are you
else do I
lost?
need to do? Where do I need to go? What do I need to do? Maintaining the something. I don't know where that is. Oh, he's outside. No wonder. Wait, we knew... You hoped we knew the same George? As in, like, someone you know personally? Or, I guess, just know? That would be a very weird coincidence, if so. Can you imagine? Yeah. Crazy. Oh, fair enough. Can you imagine? That'd be kind of cool. Crazy. Just get a random message. Like, hey. Ghost says hi. I mean, that'll just lead you to it, right? That ruins the chase, if I tell you. That's the thing with me, like, I kind of go in like waves of crafting, I guess. I've recently gotten back into it mostly because like the new expansion as well. But also moving servers helped me get back into it because like moving servers meant I had to make new characters, new crafters and everything like that. So I was like, hey, give me, you know, the perfect opportunity, basically. Why not? Bada bum bum bum. Bada bum bum bum. All right. I need to close some of these tabs. I've got like Animal Crossing wikis up and everything. Crazy. Lotro beacons, release notes. I'll see if it's actually affected any of the crafting properly, because of my little... I was trying to find out who Digby was. That I apparently own. But yeah, my my like program that I've made for like the crafting stuff, or like the gear stuff, right? That I was talking about. If that's wrong, then I need to sort that out. I actually did a bit of work to that today as well. I guess I could show it again. It's not physical work. I guess it's just more background work, but for those who haven't seen it, I've got this lovely little thing, which works out my stats. I realized I didn't have outgoing healing on here, so that was fun. But now this has all the like new gear in it, which is nice, and also in like, you know, order, I guess. So if I wanted to have like the best agility helmet, for example, I would choose this, and I would give me this much stats, right? And then same one with this one. So I've got like the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's these ones, right? And then this stuff. Cause yeah, I think you can get pretty. I get like 400k just from gear, let alone legendary items. I actually forgot with the legendary items that it was that I could upgrade the like old tier ones until yesterday. I forgot I could upgrade the like 121s to 130 essentially, like same stats and stuff.
The day of the dwarves is coming.
What an awkward quest that makes me have to go from A to B for no real discernible reason.
Greetings, friend.
It's very weird. I think I took a break in between it happening, but when you had to do the quest for yeah, you had to do a quest to get like expert. No, I'm not at that area yet. Technically, I haven't done those yet. I'm also kind of just trying to push through Moria, and that's not part of the epic. I don't really want to be doing so much side content. I did a little bit before, but yeah. I'm only really here because I'm around the level. I want to get to 60, ideally, and then at 60 I can, like, maybe push past Mirkwood without doing it, hopefully. If I just do, like, I don't know. I could farm school for a bit, honestly. But I just want to... I don't want to do Mirkwood. I'm more than happy to do every other piece of content in the game, except Mirkwood in a minute. I don't want to do it. So, yeah. I'm going to try not. Yeah, and anyway, that would actually be the next thing to do, right? But I wanted to do this, obviously, for the trade point. I don't mind it too much. I'm actually curious to see what the Orsties will look like with the fact that they're broken. You know? too bad. Yeah. I just don't like Mirkwood in general. And the kind of weird... Because, yeah, there is a kind of weird thing where, like, enemies are just... do feel more difficult, for sure. Like, yeah. I just don't like it. I mean, at some point I'm going to have to go and do it, because I've got to... If I'm going to continue on the Epic, you've got to go back to Southern Mirkwood to get to Northern Mirkwood. But I'll be at like 120 by then, so we can easily do it. I mean, it's a difference, I guess, when you're like, you know, we were geared up to the max kind of thing going in there, compared to like just going through normally, I guess.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves. The House of Durin will
I mean,
live
yeah.
forever.
I'm not
hope
doing
we
it.
have done
I'm
enough,
not.
friend.
I'm not doing it because
The
I think it's
dwarves at the
difficult.
Heart of Fire
I'm not
must
doing
prepare
it.
for an attack.
Or I'm not doing it because I just really don't like the area. Ultimately, kind of my main thing.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
I mean, I guess I should do it to get the legendary box, right? Yeah, but most of your champ's gear is the Osgiliath stuff, right? Which is broken and therefore more powerful than most level 60 stuff. Do I have to go all the way down there? Deep descent, damn it.
May Durin return soon to his halls.
Fair. But nonetheless, like I said, the reason I'm not doing it isn't because of the difficulty spike, if there is one or not. It did feel like it when I last went on Palpatine, or Palpatine rather, sorry. When I first went through there. But that could also just be Runekeeper being awkward. But I just really don't like the area, ultimately. So Ended is where we'll go. We'll just kind of skip that, do the Grey Company stuff. Probably the best idea. So yeah. Okay. Right, we'll just jump down. Am I gonna have to do those instances? I may have to. Probably don't want to though. I actually want to see Addle, Chain Attack, Backstab, and yeah, crit response damage. I don't think I've got any of those blues yet. Drops. Oh hey, we got that quest that's going to be an optional one, which we're definitely not going to do. I forgot he was in the middle. Oops.
With your help, we will be ready for anything.
Earrings is a no.
With your help, we will
That's
be
a
ready
no.
for anything.
I kind of hate how the gear is set up in this area, and that's also a no. I mean, I get might. The might doesn't matter. I lose vitality, and I gain resistance, but lose my... yeah, none of these. No, I've not heard anything personally. Though, I don't know when sales happen, like what day sales happen anymore, so I could be 3 days. So, Friday. Friday will be the next day that, like, there are sales on for a week.
If we drive the orcs from Khazad-dûm,
So,
will it be enough?
I guess we'll see. But yeah. See how it goes. Time for us to jump down into the waterworks. Probably not, actually. We'll probably just go manually. But yeah. What's the weather like? Where I am? Right this second. Apparently it's sunny. It doesn't feel very sunny though. It feels quite cloudy. But hey, that's just the UK, right? Yeah, we'll just go down to the waterworks. But yeah. It's more likely that just the weather hasn't updated on my phone, to be honest. I think it was sunny. Thing is, when I think sunny, I think like, you know, the sun being out does not mean in my head sunny, right? I think it's like different. I feel like the sun being out is just like, I would be like, oh, it's normal. Like, it's just average weather. I define sunny as like, I can feel the sun. You know, as weird as that sounds. But yeah, I don't know. Large essence and tracery carry-on. Yeah, they've just changed the essence carry-all to an essence and tracery one then, is all they've done. Like, they've just changed the way it works, but... Yeah. Yeah, I guess clear skies is what I'm thinking of. You can actually... The carry-alls, right, there was, see, Ghost actually still has that one, I think. Possibly. I could be wrong. Might be the Minas Morgul one. I'm pretty sure Ghost has the Three Peaks large carry-all selection box. So, advantage over both of us. But, you can get a... I think... Heritage Ring carry-all. I mean, I can see people like using that though, you know? Not a lot of people, but I can see people using that potentially. So it looks like you can't actually, on the wiki, it doesn't show the Heritage Room one. I went into category carryalls. You got crafting, dye, essence and tracery, housing, decoration, instrument, and task item. Essence carryall, crafting carryall. The medium essence one has not been turned into a tracery one though, maybe. I mean, true. But when has SSG ever, like, had a good idea? I guess the carryalls themselves were good ideas, just the implementation was a bit scuffed. Well, that was a discovery thing, but I guess not. Funny thing is, I'm pretty sure I have a 3 Peaks carryall selection box on Arkenstone. I mean, actually, I think I used it to get the crafting one. I'm guessing. I mean, at the very least, I would really like to have an extra 15 slots. Can't spend Destiny without being VIP? Can you not? That seems a bit dumb. I feel like non-VIPs would get more use out of Destiny points, honestly. Really? Really? How do I achieve this? How does this happen? Like, genuine question. Oh, sure. I got a hole in one, I think. Do I win? Maybe not. Oh, I've been sneezing so much today. I feel like I sneeze like twice a year, it feels like, but I feel like today, I've sneezed like 7 times already. This is my quirk. I get magnetized to awkward positions. Now I get to wait a whole minute. I kind of wish I was a countdown or something, you know, but hey, there we are. Hey, let's just fall in that gap immediately again. This is as far as I got. That's so dumb. Are we still talking about, like... Okay. Like... I'm pretty sure World Chat's been talking about Arcade for the last, like, half an hour. And I get it. I like Arcade as much as the next person. But is it... Do we need this much discussion about what each trait tree does? I don't think so. I just feel like... We could have discussed it by now and been done. I hate this quest because I could swear I only ever find 4 goblin runners. Shocking words. True. Wait, what? What did I get? These stealthed. Do. Hey, it's a goblin runner. Come back here, you. Get back here. Dead. Okay. Have I missed one? I feel like I've missed one. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to read chat. There's like a boss one of these guys. I feel like I've never seen that one before. Get back here. I want to stealth you. This thing. Can I take this out? I mean, I can take out stuff with like 40k health, so I should probably be fine, but... Maybe I'll get the, like, the garnet thingies. Yeah, I nearly one-shot it. Oh no, it was mithril flakes, damn it. I do have one of those. Where was it? I have one of the, yeah, infused garnets. So I could actually trade that in for that quest, I think. Is what we said. I would want to, like, hold off for the second. What if I, like, throw a thing at you? I threw a knife. I mean, there's a hidden deed for killing the boars, right? It would be nice if they did stuff like that. Right, now I've got to sort out getting back to this area. And then we'll probably, as I said, finish off around 12, because in about 7 minutes we should have a message pop up on our screen saying, hey, the servers are going to be going down in an hour. And then we'll finish off. And then I'm going to go get ready for work. And yeah. It's not 1 yet. Well, no, I said in 7 minutes. I said around 12. Because of my throat. Especially with the sneezing. Because I've been sneezing so much, it's making it worse, I think. It's not fun. Tell you that much.
Greetings, friend. Are you lost?
No, but I'm here still. So sad. Don't like it. I'm good at covering it up. Yeah, because I got mute buttons. I've sneezed at least 4 times in the last like half an hour. So yeah. Like I was saying, I feel like I sneeze like twice a year, and then I'm just like sneeze like 7 times in this stream, and it's just like kind of crazy. So tonight I'm gonna be like, I'm not talking to anybody. My plan is just to stay in the kitchen. Actually, no, I might have to go reception. Oh, that's not fun. I just realized. The person that would normally be on reception, and I'd be like, hey, you can do it, and I'll go in the kitchen. Doesn't work there anymore. I keep forgetting that. I guess that's my fault for complaining. Like, I'm not gonna sneeze on people's food, no. I'd rather not do that. I like to try and make my food as edible as possible. No, I'll probably be on reception at that point. Because... yeah, I always used to say, I jokingly said actually, like last week on Monday or Tuesday or whatever, when I was in, I jokingly said, oh, I never get to work reception anymore. I'm always in the kitchen. And now I'm going to be in the kitchen like today, tomorrow, Thursday. And then probably not Saturday, Sunday, but hopefully by that time I got my voice back. It would suck otherwise. But then I'm hoping, you know, obviously my voice will just slowly get there as we stream as well. I'm thinking like a day or two left, and then I'll probably be back to like 100%. Is stressful in there? Not really. I'd say reception's the easiest job as long as you don't get easily stressed out. Because the computer does the majority of the work for you. The computer will put the bookings on the lanes it needs to be in automatically. And we'll have the exact right timings for it, so you get given like an average of 10 minutes per person per game. So 4 people, 1 game. The only day we're shut is going to be Christmas Day, which is a Saturday this year, so it's an extra day off, I guess. That's the only day of the year we're ever shut.
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûm.
But yeah, the computer puts all the bookings over the right amount of times in the right places and won't overlap. And then all you need to do is, when people book online, they can put their names in. If the names aren't there, you get them to write their names down or tell you their names, whichever you prefer. You then write them in, and then you start the game, and then that's you done. The kind of bit that can stress people out from that point is people showing up early or staying late. Like if they're slow at playing the game, you know, then that can kind of be problematic. I've just realized I'm going completely to the wrong place. Yeah, that can be a real pain, and then that can stress people out. I'm just like, I'm pretty alright with it. So when people have like
I'm not sure
3-hour wait
can
times,
be restored. The orcs have surely ruined.
so when people come in on like a rainy Saturday and then expect me to have room, and I'm fully booked from like 10 till 5, you know, absolutely no room, and then they get offended that I've got no space. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna be waiting until like 8 o'clock. I don't think too bad. There's a couple people that you kind of can't. There was a time where there was like no deliveries, so like nothing was getting delivered, which meant we had like nothing. And basically what ended up happening, so there was the cocktail menus that were out on the menu, out on the tables. We could only, there's like 5 cocktails, and we could only do 2 of them. And there was this group that was like wanting to order, and they kept picking everything we didn't have. So eventually we had to be like, right, this is what we do have. And then they had to get like, I was serving like a queue of like 20 people that I was trying to get through, and they came up to me telling me that I should take like, you know, the menus off the counters and stuff. I'm like, that's not me, that's over there. Like, and then we had to go prepaid only for food on the same night, I think, so we ran out of stuff nearly. We were running out of stuff, so we can only do it if you're prepaid, and then a load of people had to go at me. I think only one of those ended up going to like the manager, and she was just like, yeah, I unfortunately, oh yeah, I remember what it was. They were complaining because I was at reception and I had 2 people in the kitchen. Manager was one of them, and they had decided, because she was cooking, prepaid only. That news then got sent to me, and then a group that was already on tried to order food after the fact. A group of like 20 tried to order after the fact, and I were told prepaid only, and then they had to go at me for not telling them, even though the choice was made after they had started playing. And then, yeah. I was like, well, the manager's the one that told you it. She's in charge. I'll just do what I'm told. I don't really, like, let it get to me, though. You know? I'm just like, eh. You know? Like, obviously, if it's something I can fix, I'll fix it. Like, I try and do my best to make it the most enjoyable for everybody, but, like, sometimes people like to complain about the littlest thing. I had a group in the Sunday before my holiday, and they showed up an hour late. So we showed at 10, and they were supposed to be in from, I think, 7 till... I think it was going to take them from, like, 7 till 9:30 to play. They showed up at 8, so they were an hour late. We rang them, like, multiple times. They didn't answer. Eventually, they were like, oh, was that you? We didn't answer because we didn't know who it was. I'm like, you're a business. We rang you on your business phone. Why didn't you answer? Like, you know, that's really dumb. So yeah, that happened. So we then said to the guy, oh, hey, by the way, like, we shut at 10, so your game will shut off at 10. We told them that on arrival. That guy then didn't tell his boss that, because he's clever. So we put up a message about half an hour before, turned the game off at 10, as we were supposed to, because, you know, we were shutting the building. He then demanded a full refund. And we were like, because apparently we didn't tell him, except we did tell them. It was kind of funny. It was kind of annoying, though. I actually genuinely got quite mad because it was the night before my my week off. I know I was very vocal. They didn't get a refund. We just turned the lane back on for like half an hour. We said, oh, there was kind of a lie that went on that was like, oh, hey, this, you know, the computer is on a timer and it will turn off automatically at this time. And he was like, well, you know, he wasn't having that. Even though conceivably that could be how it worked. And then my manager had to be like, oh yeah, I just thought if I turn the clock on the computer back an hour, it will think you have more time. He's like, yeah, that's a great idea. Which I found really funny. But I was very not happy with them. I gave them some very evil eyes. For the rest of the night. I mean, ultimately my job is, like, my official job title is customer care coordinator. Right, in the company system, which is like basically just means receptionist, but I also think in regards to most of it, it is like, it's obviously my job to make sure the customer's happy, right? Which I think I do a relatively good job at. I think I'm relatively good at just talking nonsense a lot of the time, but talking nonetheless. And I can kind of just like... I just think I'm good at my job, ultimately, without being too egotistical. So I personally haven't had really too much complaints-wise. I did have this one woman years and years ago who then said that she was never ever going to return back to the building, and then about 3 months later I saw her playing again. And then I refused to serve her because of her attitude before, and she refused to be served by me. So we were on a very mutual understanding, which was nice. But yeah. That was fun. If I had served her, I'd be like, oh, hello again.
The time has
You
come
said you
to
were
drive
never
forth
gonna
the
return.
orcs from our kingdom.
But yeah, I don't know. I do try my best to try and diffuse the situation, I guess. Like if there's, especially with some of the newer people, you know, that are a little less, more unsure, or less sure of like what they're doing. Like, people can get a little bit like, I don't know, can ask for stuff that's unorthodox and therefore confusing or whatever, and you know, have issues with what they're given. I think I'm relatively good at like diffusing the whole situation.
I tire of this constant defense. Let us bring the fight to our enemies. We may not have much time,
All right.
so go with haste.
So looks like the server's going to be coming down in like at like 2, which by that time I'm going to be gone anyway. So what I think I'm going to do is, I think since we got to travel quite a ways, I think, to get these down all the flaming deeps, that's quite a trek. I'm going to finish off for the moment 3 hours. Hopefully in the future, without a server downtime or whatever, we can do more, and when my voice is back to normal, we can do this a bit more often and a bit longer time-wise would be nice. But I think for now, I'm going to finish off my plan. Sorry. My plan is I'm probably not going to stream tonight, and then I'll try and do this tomorrow morning. Like, I'll just get back from work tomorrow tonight, head to sleep, and then I will just from there I will just yeah, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, and hopefully we can get a bit more work done. I'd like to get some just play a bit more Scarshy, really. Like, I'm really enjoying Burglar. I think I haven't really done much killing, but I feel like I can just kind of like go up to enemies and be fine. Obviously, I've got the Osgiliath armor for the most part, so we're pretty OP at the moment. But yeah, we want to get through Moria, which I can't remember how much Moria has. I think it's got like 6 chapters or 7. I can't remember too much. 6? Yeah, so we'll do 6 chapters, and then we'll probably go at like Enedwaith, and then we'd like to, I don't know, see how quickly we can level up through all these things. It should actually be like relatively quick when we get to it, because we've got to do all those extra quests in Rohan as well. And I'll probably do some like farming for like teals. Like, I've got until level 86, at which point I can just grab teals for all of these by doing school. In fact, what I might do is I might just try a school run now that we're level 57. I just want to see maybe level 50 how this goes, and then we'll finish off. I know I'm really bad at this whole, like, I'm going to finish now. But I'm interested in seeing if we can get any teals. And also we've got some, like, extra gear for them. So.
But it has now fallen into disrepair and is overrun by the
Because now,
millions of
my
souls.
thought is, when we get to
Which seeks
58,
greater
what I'm actually going to
knowledge
do is... 58, I'm going to get my Supreme Scholar. Or Supreme Jeweler, rather. And I'm possibly going to craft up some of these with the, like, Agility, Vitality, etc. Just to get that extra stats. Either that, or I'm going to go to Westfold, and I can go for the 66 stuff. Which is quite a lot later, but I think there's a decent amount of quest stuff that we can get. I mean, Guild is, yeah, 75. I think 60 to 70 is kind of this weird area of gear a little bit, so... just have to be careful. Though with the Osgiliath armor, we don't really have to worry too much about stats for a little bit. Just the legs and the boots are the issue. Which isn't bad. I meant to damage you from behind. Don't want to aggro him if I can help it. I feel like this is not how Burglar is supposed to play, but at the same time it makes sense. Incoming damage reduction tactical. No thank you. You had an inappropriate joke. You feel like it's not good enough for Twitch chat. You can still send it to me. Though I will not be surprised or laugh. You will not catch me off guard. Still guaranteed. So many sounds when you play Burglar. Come on. Okay. Then we go stealth. And then we just try and do all this stuff. I mean, that would probably work. I feel like that's not exactly technology of Middle Earth, though. I'm gonna guess that that is not a thing available in Middle Earth. Perfect precision. I guess there is the crit rating, but I would want to go Ascendant Lightning. I guess I could keep it, because until I get the 4 set bonus, like the 4, right, which is a little bit later, there is no, like, preference of having Ascendant Lightning over any other crit thing. So could I change that? I can. Okay, good to know. And then we also have this, which we could try and maybe bring through another character and try and get some level 57, 58 stuff. Maybe. We'll see how that goes. But we also got some virtue experience, which is nice, because we completed Silent and Restless for the first bit, which is nice to see. And yeah, something I want to do is actually focus more on, you know, virtues and I guess deeds and stuff. So something we might do over the next little bit, once we complete Mines of Moria, maybe, is go back and do like Bree, because I haven't done any Bree stuff, and Shire, you know, I've done Farms of the Shire, I've done nothing else. Like a Slayer Accelerator will get me through there pretty quickly. Lone Lands, I can do exploration pretty, like, I can get these things done without too much hassle, and I think it's probably worth it. But anyway, I'm actually gonna go now. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, more than likely, if I wake up early enough, which is the plan. And we'll see how long we can go with that. If I do wake up late, then I'll either not be able to stream, depending on the time I wake up, or we'll just have a shorter stream. But yeah. Anyway, thanks all for coming along. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.